Greetings! I am Amy and welcome back to Doki Doki Afterimage. So, I finally downloaded the full version. I guess I just somehow downloaded another version, even though I'm pretty sure I also used the same link. And the mod is actually a few years old by now, so I don't feel like I should have gotten the wrong link, but maybe I downloaded it from the Doki Doki mod page or something. Anyway, this is the new title screen. I still like the art here. And I'm going to go new game into this, but I'll cut out everything that isn't like... I cut out everything that is new. And if we get back to the point when we get back to the point we were with the demo, I will continue normally. Music is a bit toned down compared to last time. I'll bring it back up again. So. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Interesting. Something that is a bit different already here in the full version is that our character here... We do wear such thin clothes. We are saying what, and this time it's marked as Amy, so we actually have our character now. We have acts now. Load me. With the old man too, we got now our Amy. Our Amy here. Still like the art here. We walk past a lonely street lamp as my shadow gets stretched into the darkness beyond me. Can others see you? I'm not sure, since I just woke up like hours ago and haven't seen anyone else besides you. You just woke up? I look at her in confusion. Yeah, I've had a long dream. Like, really long. Dreamed about lots of stuff. I remember hearing you talking to someone. And then I regained my eyesight. While you were there, sitting in your bedroom reading something, but I don't think you noticed me, so... Ah, so that's how you got your first score. So we got an image, and I think the dream part was changed a little bit. Okay, we are almost there. Yep, this is where the demo originally ended. But it didn't end here. We can finally continue, or at least I can. I don't know many people are watching this, but I can finally at the very least continue myself. I dig in my closet. All the down until I finally find my outfit from the past. How do I look? I slightly adjust my tie, then turn to Sayori. You look like someone who's about to be late for his club. Really? I look at myself in the mirror. My collar is rather wrinkled, leaning against my neck. The edge of my sleeves have been worn out to its inner fabric, and those threads coming out from my sweater are seemingly telling the story of my lost time by my washed-out tie and the tightened seam. Not so bad, at least they aren't falling apart. Once again, I knead my collar a little and button my blazer up. There's something in my pocket. I fumble inside it and take out something utterly soft. It's a worn-out note that I didn't take out before washing it, apparently. Oops. I made a mistake by tearing the note to half. The other part sticks to my inner pocket. What is it? Don't know. It's something I didn't take out while washing. I take off my blazer, turn my pocket over cautiously, and peel the note from it bit by bit. From the thickness of it, I could tell that someone folded this a couple of times carefully. There's some words on it, but they are divided by the crevice. I slowly put the two pieces together, despite soaking up by the water and staying apart for God knows how long. They are still somehow recognizable. I speak them out subconsciously while reading them. To Amy. It's Natsuki's writing. Sayori preempts me before I say it. Indeed, those blunt angles and specific strokes are all indicating Natsuki's style. I need to check on something real quick. Ah! Go back. I open both parts of the not synchronously to avoid. I open both parts of the note up synchronously to avoid mismatch the lines. I could at least come up with 3 possible time points. I see Natsuki walk inside my classroom, quietly approaching my seat, take one last look at this very paper, then slide it into my pocket. Okay. Dear Amy, we gain subtitles, and probably I wrote Yuri. Said she wants to favor some, and that's like the end of a sentence here. For probably when you rough weeks, I know what us irreplaceable one, the most irreplaceable one. None her. Anyway, Monica said no about why gone wrong. I'm probably the of the dozen of that day, but that doesn't mean I'm probably the least. Remember it, maybe. Answer just won't feel like it. We made Garda and only imagined one bother her for her eyes. So I'll beat the shit out of you. Ick. As of Sayori, she really got every day now either taken could their words. Well, there were all talk a deserved, so you about that forcing you, but the literature club time without you manga home again. This time, fine. Referring maybe. Oh, great! You'll be telling you, Amy. I don't. At some point in the future, noticing it. Look forward, I believe. Look forward, you've of the cliche. Come, Sayori had brought you. Doesn't get off L. The but also only happiest, I'm assuming, moment probably becoming of course in such a if it's something that will take your time because actually Sayori but not told me to bring numerous changes to us about you planning to transfer specific. It's highly possible that me gift the book. I really love the Sayori's cabinet if you are ever all. I know you apologize. Alienation, I'm sorry. Responsible probably for Sayori. And then no. Occasional might tall wish you the best. Well, that was all probably. Over here. Back. Probably don't forget us, okay? Contact us when you got the time. Natsuki, Yuri, and like a date, maybe? Or like it. No, I think it was the telephone number. The paper has been soaked and rubbed to a mess. I make my best effort to read those words, deciphering the original meanings from their fleeting figures. Even so, most of them just lost what they guard for within the lines and paragraphs permanently. I turned to the back of it. Indeed, there are 4 sets of numbers. I'm guessing it's their phone numbers and email addresses. Why there isn't Monica's, though? I've noticed that Sayori's not here. I look up to find her sitting by the window with her eyes slightly closed. Is she sleeping? Yeah, we stayed up all night after all, not to mention the long walk home. Leaving her to it, I boot up my laptop, trying to insert one of the addresses onto it. I look at the profile picture of this email. This isn't Natsuki's style at all. I remember chatting with me online. It's impossible for a person like her to use this kind of image. Did I type the wrong number? I grab the note and take a second look at those ambiguous ones. A few more new accounts pop out after I change those uncertain numbers, and none of them feel like Natsuki. This is confusing. There wouldn't be as much trouble if it gets confirmed at the beginning, but now I really can't decide which is which thanks to the choices. What if she changes? It's been 4 years. What if I send something sincere to a complete stranger? That would be extremely awkward. Didn't she give me her number before she visits my house? Visited. That's right! How could I forget something like that? So I open up my contact list, searching for a name. I'm calling something backwards as I lift my thumb off the screen, leaving the list sliding down on its own. I didn't just throw my old cell phone away. I've also deleted all my past acquaintances. What a great job, Amy. I just have to move on to Yuri's. What is this beside her phone number? I mean, I thought it would be her email address since Natsuki's writing her own, but this isn't an email's format. There are some words there, with strange blanks in between. Is this some sort of mailing address? Does she prefer this physical type of... She does prefer this physical type of writing, though. Maybe it is, but these words are too vague to tell. I can't get exact information from them. I push the chair backwards and stand up to check Sayori. Oh. You know what? I'll save this picture. I am on the first page. I sit next to her. Her right hand is gently placing on the balcony, seemingly faint under the sunlight. I put mine on hers, matching the outline. Then fog crawls to the back of my hand like a shadow, gently licking my surging veins. A weird pulse starts to spread to my palm, making the blood in my flesh synchronize with something. I stand to her temporarily peaceful eyebrows. Storm was wiping the field along, with all existing orders. Before the overwhelming leaves and grass returned to the ground, there was somebody sneaking in the rye. Dark machine arms dig into the moist earth from beyond the sky, turning all the straws over and carve the noise of gasoline to them. Metal wheels rapidly spin. The accuracy of math denies all the compromising and flinching. Seeds, they are forced to share their mother's roots and to watch them get shredded apart by the blades. Grab, pry, and tear. Cramp, swell, and sting, along with sorrow, some reflection, and soaking warmth. Numb shell, covered in weariness, open up to see the night outside, and the black face in the ceiling. The emerald eye spinning within. You see, as a poem it works. Maybe you should write that down. I stared at her in silence. You're finished. How long have I been sleeping? Her voice is extremely hoarse, like sandpaper grinding concrete, the only surviving moisture struggling inside Gravel Siege. Not too long, like half an hour. I take my mug by my hand, adjusting its angle until the curve of the caram completely blocks my view as the chill liquid streams down my throat. See my throat going up and down. There's an odd understanding tying us together. The brush rips the dust of chalk of the chalkboard, and her voice gets back to limpid temporarily. Did you get in touch with them? I was just about to talk with you about that. The letter is not so easy to read, but... I paused, touching the edge of the mug with my fingers. Could you tell me what happened? I look at her right into the eyes. Light blue turns steep sign in the darkness. Among the searching river and the steep valley and holding fine the forgotten words, my thought is finally confirmed. She looks to the floor. We are all preparing for the upcoming conversation in this dreadful silence. In the end, she responds with a sound that is tiny enough to be a fiber detached from the news. It expands to gargantula in my ears within a split second, just like mountains rising and falling behind her back. It's Monica. Dialects from the past suddenly release, emerging in my brain. Monica was right. I should just... Monica probably did not tell Sayori to kill herself still. I'm pretty convinced on that she made Sayori still feel guilty about spending time with him, but then never actually said, you should kill yourself, because that does not really align with her end goal. And I feel like it makes no sense. If it doesn't make it has nothing to do with the end goal in the end, for her to say you should kill yourself over, look at how much he's hurting because you're acting off. Maybe you should keep your distance from him because he's sad now because you're acting off. Something along those lines. Look, he's sad because of you and stuff like that. And therefore she just drew a conclusion, I should just kill myself. Because it absolutely makes no sense for Monica to want Sayori to do it when it was at the very least an inconvenience even dragged on. And when we talk about her in Act 3, she's talking about it she basically needs to vent about Sayori's death. I still think it's funny how people think she's being insensitive there. She's not saying it in a very sensitive manner, of course, but it's very clearly her that needs to basically vent out her emotions. Because she herself is trying to cope with whatever happened there. She was very clearly very affected by it. And it's also very heavily implied in the trace back that she literally tried to bring Sayori back to life. The death was at least an inconvenience, so it makes absolutely no sense for her to actively have wanted that. What did Monica do? I kneel these words out letter by letter. The rest of the sentence gets loaded into my magazine one by one. She stops for a bit. Then all of her emotions burst out uncontrollably. Oh, wait. Why did I? Probably because her mouth opened there. She stops for a bit, then all of her emotions burst out uncontrollably. I don't know! Her tears strike my side along with these 3 words. I don't know! She repeats these words like sleep talking as the mist from all over her body starts to fade. Maze of lines and curves shake along with it, sending her figure out of the window into the abyss. Sayori, calm down! I reach out, trying to comfort her. Unlike the previous one, I feel a thorn-like touch on her back this time. It felt like a bunch of thorns, like a spear going through my heart. I look up along the hands that are holding the spear to find a pair of emerald eyes. She comes a little, no longer shaking as the details on her shadow become clear again. Maybe she somehow knows about the amplification, like Monica amplifying Sayori's her depression in this case, but she doesn't fully know what exactly Monica did. She was there. She was always there. Ever since we joined the club, she was on the ceiling of every sleepless night. She was at the corner of the empty classroom where I picked up the materials for drawing posters. At the doorway! On the kitchen table! Inside my blanket! I can't figure out who was in the darkness at first, but it gets clearer and clearer. The voice said a lot of mean things to me. That makes no sense for Monica to be completely like that the whole time. It really doesn't. Especially since she probably didn't start immediately as she probably started with the implications of Sayori's depression later on. I continuously replayed the tip of the iceberg. Played the tip of the iceberg she described to me in her bedroom that day. I don't know. I think I'm crazy. I'm seeing things that it wasn't Monica speaking. I tried denying it. But there was something else. A third voice inside my head. It welcomed Monica's visit. Agreed with everything she said without hesitation. It took over my body, drove me away. I could do nothing but watching it, discussing me with Monica, to comment me, to reconstruct me. I had actually always been like this. I'm learning to live with it. Although it was mean, it won't listen. I always thought about taking control of everything. But I promised myself to get along with it, and we were making progress until... So there's like her depression and Monica. Her voice becomes more and more unrecognizable as endless sorrow and tears fill her throat, making her unable to talk clearly. I remember that Friday. That was my first time discovering her unusual behavior, then I told. I tried to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. I really, really want to know what did Monica say to her. But her streaming tears and hoarse sobbing is the best explanation. It's okay. I'm here. You are safe now. Nobody's going to take control of you anymore. So was it the depression that took the control after hearing what that Monica said? Because Monica certainly did not take control. But I don't know. You are safe. I squeeze her hands, trying to warm them. I reach out to hug her, even though her body feels more meaningless in the air. Still crying, she collapses to me, unsurprisingly goes through my body and lays onto the bed. Sayori? Sorry. She's not responding, or maybe it's because I can't make anything out from her sobbing. I can see her body trembling, her back shaking. She clutches her head with her hands, disturbing her hair to a mess. After a little while, when the crying has finally drained her last drop of energy, her sobbing sound becomes lower and lower. Her arms fall to the side, and her fingers stretch from the grip. I look at her destroyed figure, at what's remaining of her soul. I want to say something, yet I can't. My throat hurts a lot. All of the air gets whipped out from my lungs. I can sense the blood being pumped in my head. Millions and millions of thoughts come into my head, across my head, but I can't make out a single one of them. The only thing I see is her crying sound, echoing in my head, in my blood, echoing. We stay like this for a while. Then I slowly move away from her as I carry the weight of my heart, avoiding making too much disturbance to her shape. I crouch down to check on her. After confirming her sleep, I sneak out of my bedroom, gently close the door. Then I tighten up every last one of my muscles before I fire off from my house. I run to the nearest hardware store in the neighborhood at my maximum speed before buying a 10-meter long climbing rope. It comforts my heart as the tip of the rope gets grilled to black by the fire. Lines and lines of plants are carved into solid concrete, then sink down to the bottom of the lake. I seize the rope in my hand, making my way home as fast as possible. Luckily, Sayori is still sleeping. I quickly pull my backpack over, clear my books out, and stuff the rope into it. I zip it up, let out a long sigh of relief before I collapse to the chair. I keep my fingers crossed, stare out of the window quietly. The sky is fascinatingly blue. The remaining clouds all get pushed aside except only one soft jet cloud flying across the whole sky, pointing to the far side of future beyond predictions. Layers of leaves fade from deep to light into the top, melting into the moss within the walls. I hear the breath of tranquility. 1, 2, 3. I sit there all the afternoon, watching the shadow of the telegraph pole stretch as the remaining sunset illuminates the horizon to gold, until the sparkling starts to reappear on the night swale. Gentle breeze runs through struggling grass. Act 3, can you hear me? I didn't notice Act 2. I need to check on it again another time because Act 2 wasn't shown to me. It's like we're playing what we were doing earlier. If I found something, I'll put something here. We camped in the wild. Our tent was covered by the wet air of midnight. Moths wandered around our camp light as some rustle came out near the lake. We heard animals telling their night tales as wings rushing through the woods. Our body laid back at the entrance of the tent, feeling the uneven ground from under the camping mat. Dirt and shell composed a symphony. Fluffy earth blocks rolled over to the strong brute's side. The diameter of the pit increased. I leaned the warm steel handle against the trunk, erasing my breathless sweat. Besides me, there was Sayori holding the aged aluminum box with her everlasting smile, which was wrapped with tapes over and over regularly. I want to take another look. No, they said it can't be opened once it is sealed. Then tell me what you wrote. Nope. Meanie, just a little bit. Please. You can see for yourself after 10 years. 10 years? That's so long. Can I check it tomorrow? Next week? Next month! Clanging sounds appeared in the pit, then turned soft and dull until the short symphony ended beneath the texture of the shoes. My laptop screen illuminates as there's a message showing at the corner which says I've got a new email. Are you Amy? What are you talking about? It's Natsuki. I finally decide to send a riddle-like letter to every possible address, telling them that a girl with short curly hair invites me to join the literature club. She's the vice president. Looks like luck is on my side. I applied to Natsuki to brief the situation and ask her to contact me on social media to make further conversation. Striking down the center, I hold my chin while watching the words on the screen that have already been sent to the other side of the server. I wonder when she will receive... Her reply letter comes in almost immediately. Looks like she's right in front of her computer. I go to check the profile link she gives me on social media. Amy? I can't believe it's really you. Hey. How have you been? Scraping by. Yeah. It's been like what, 4 years? Yep. 4 years. Why are you studying now? I'm still studying here. In our city. It's funny when you think about it. I transferred, abandoned the literature club. Yet somehow I stayed by this damn city. Didn't dare to move on. Hello? Okay. We chat from nothing to everything. From our 7 days friendship in the subtropics to her college up above the 100mm prescription boundary. From her same kept literary habit to her new cupcake flavors. Sorry. Even though the time we spent together will never outweigh the time we didn't, those days have been increased to an incomparable length inside our own memories. Okay, I'm picking up. It's fine. Yeah, remember that one? It was really good to finally see you get along with Yuri. Look, Amy, it's nice talking to you again, but I know you didn't manage to find me just to play with some nostalgia, especially not after all these years. If you got anything to say, just say it. I swallow. Yes. There's no point beating around the bush, so I'll cut straight to the chase. I'm all ears. I met Sayori. It's her ghost, I suppose. Amy, I know that you miss her. No, just listen. It's not like that. I was going to my old neighborhood to deal with things, and I happened to pass by her house. Of course, it's all changed, and the family lives there now, I guess. But then, I was going to take a walk in that night, and she just suddenly appeared at my doorway when I was about to head out of nowhere. I think it must have to do with the visit of her house. Some connections were there. ... Is this some kind of joke? It's a bad one, honestly speaking. Why would I make jokes of her? I can probably joke about everyone else in this goddamn world except Sayori. It is her. I can guarantee you that. Sorry, I was a little off. Fine. What's next? Can you two communicate? Yes, that's exactly what I was about to say. She told me everything. Everything behind the scene. No way. You mean the reason? The murderer. It was Monica. She was behind all that. I don't know if you remember that Friday before the festival when Sayori left earlier. She was a little off, right? She wasn't smiling genuinely, and she even didn't want to talk with me about it. So I asked Monica if she noticed anything wrong. She then went to talk with her. You still remember that, right? You and Yuri were there too. You can ask Yuri, I'm sure she has a good memory. Monica told her a lot of disturbing stuff, and not just that one day, I believe on the weekend as well, and make her copying to make those pamphlets. Oh, and the weekend when we were preparing cupcakes. I visited her before you came. That's when she confessed to me about her depression. God damn, I shouldn't just leave her hanging like that. Didn't know it was that serious. You remember that, right? When you were going to head home. In front of my courtyard. Damn it. She came to. Damn it. I really don't know. What should I do? What was I supposed to? I'm just an ordinary person. Jeez, calm down, Amy. You're losing yourself. That's why I studied psychology at college. I want to be a therapist. I want to help people. I want to know what to do when things like that happen. Sure, I made some jokes with you, but this is different. And you're right. I didn't came to chat just to play nostalgia. I didn't mean that talking with you isn't good. But it's Sayori. Yeah. It's about her. Okay, me. If you're being serious, I'll be serious too. You sure this is some kind of afterimage? I felt that people could see things when they visited places that have a traumatic memory to them. You're in psychology, so you definitely know about that stuff. You should go to see a doctor. It's not good for your health. I'm not kidding. No, I can't. Don't you get it? This is my chance. I could finally help her. I'll go see a doctor. I promise you that. But I can't waste time on therapy right now. Because she's here. I don't know why she didn't appear, and I don't know when she will disappear. I'm scared, Nat. We went walking just this morning. She looked so hard to recognize under the sun. And she told me about Monica when we found out about... I get to that later. She had a mental breakdown, crying. And her shape is flickering like hell. All that fog and mist. She's going to disappear any second now. I must hurry. I can't risk losing the chance. I'm really scared. Scared of losing her again. I mean not losing, but fail her, rather. What dots? Dots? Listen, Natsuki. I'm very serious about this. I'm not joking. Believe me, maybe we did change after all these years. But one thing that stays is my care for Sayori. I would never make a joke out of her, even if I were crazy. And I'm far from crazy. In fact, I can prove her existence. She's sleeping on my bed right now. I could take a picture of her. Could you? What if she doesn't appear in the picture? And what if it is an afterimage? You know, like the name of the mod. I then turn to Sayori and take a picture instantly. Why are you leaving her like that, you asshole? You in the middle of fucking November. Put something warm on her. And get her changed. Is this your care that she stays for her? I can't, okay? I can't reach her. Her reality. She's a ghost, for God's sake. I tried to get her some drinks. I want to make something for her to eat. But she can't. She can't even pick up the fucking fork. And those damn scars. Fuck. Just seeing her like this has already broken my heart. So don't bring it up. Okay, she's texting. Sorry, I didn't know about that. Okay. What are you going to do now? I mean... What can you do, given the circumstances? I don't know about anything. We're just walking, chatting. She said she wants to visit our high school. So I managed to pry out my old uniform. And I found the letter you wrote to me. You and Yuri. Oh. I don't know even know about that. It's been like a million years since last time I wore my uniform. And high school. Damn it, I'm sorry, Nat. It's like I don't want to reply to you, both of you. It's just that things are really tough for me during that time. And I really didn't get a chance to see it. If I ever know you sent me a letter, I would definitely reply. What a shame it's worn out, soaked and apart. I can't really tell what Yuri and you were trying to say. I'm sorry. Don't be. Like you said, it's nobody's fault. That wasn't something we can easily handle, so it's alright. I'm guessing. This is how you managed to find me, right? I did leave my contact info at the end of it. Yep, it's funny actually. You know why I sent a riddle to your email? Because I figured out a number of addresses, not just one, but a hunch. So I can't decide which is which, and yours is harder to tell. Huh? I told you she's a creep. I believe it's her mail address or something. Not not an internet thing if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah. It's okay though, since you're in the same college. It would be easy to contact her. So yeah, I'm going to find Monica. I'm going to confront her. And then I'll make her pay. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. Do you know where Monica went after the graduation? Did you keep contact with her as well? I didn't. In fact, what about Yuri? No. For what I know, she's not keeping contact with her either. I'm sorry you know how the Leisure Club ends. We were pretty much strangers after that. Maybe you can ask around the school, teachers. Yeah, that could work. And we're just about to visit there. It would definitely work, actually. I'll just ask the teachers who runs the club for records. I'm sure there's a Monica on the list. I'll tell you about it as soon as we make some progress. Okay. I got it. I'll help you look for Monica, too. I'll ask Kira tomorrow to see if she knows anything. And that's some of my old classmates, though I doubt they will really answer. But that's beside the point. What matters is finding her. Then we'll see when we can possibly meet. Then we go to confirm her. I wouldn't say we make her pay, but at least we should know the truth. Didn't you say you had a lot of deadlines to deal with recently? I don't want to bother you. You are not bothering me. Hell, this isn't really about Monica. I want to see Sayori too. Talk with her. She was also a very important friend to me, you know. She helped me a lot. So save your typing. I'll come no matter what. If I don't get the time this month, I'll search for it next month. I've got something to say to her. I want her to rest in peace, too. I don't know how to thank you, Natsuki. This is so helpful. I've said it, save your typing, and get to the business before it's too late. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. I turned off my cell phone, taking a deep breath. I turned to Sayori. She really is a heavy sleeper, even without her snoring. Don't feel like waking her up at the moment, so I just take out my phone again to check the time. 4:44 a.m. Is it this late already? I didn't know we had such a long chat, and she's not talking about sleeping either. Huh. Guess we all are night owls. Just then I feel the hunger inside my stomach. Thinking of it, I haven't eaten anything since noon. I didn't turn my lights on as well. There are only some gloomy street lights from outside. I make my way to the kitchen, take out some bread, and we bought this morning. What should I eat? I decide to have some of the cookies and animal-shaped buns instead of the cakes. They seem more durable. Holding a glass of hot milk, I return to the bedroom with the steaming hot food in my hand. I gently open the half-closed door with my feet. Morning, sleepyhead. I place the food on the desk. And noticing she's not completely awake, I turn to take a bite on the cookie. The taste, though, is not that good after freezing. I should have more back at the shop. There's good news. Huh? What is it? I found Nat. Really? Suddenly, a drowsiness vanishes from her face, and a cheerful smile returns to her eyebrows, as if none of the previous breakdown had anything to do with her. I wish I could keep that smile forever. Yeah, I chatted with her a little bit. She's attending college in the north now. Let me talk to her! Wow, not so fast. It's 10 in the morning. She's got courses to attend. Then why didn't you wake me? Well, maybe it's because you were sleeping like a heavy sleeper. You'd probably still be doing it if I hadn't had breakfast. Minu. Alright, my bad. But there's something else that you'll definitely be interested in. I keep saying along with her curious look. You're in the exact same college as Natsuki. Wow, that's so nice! How's the relationship? Well, you know Natsuki, but I think it isn't as bad as she put it. Natsu? I told her about your situation. She will contact Yuri this weekend and we'll meet up sometime once we figure out where Monica is. Monica... Yeah, we're going to confront her. Don't you want to know what the truth is? I glanced at my backpack. Alright. But where do we start? It's been so long. We can start with our high school. In fact, when we're just about to go visit there, I stand up to tidy my uniform. Sure, but what is it? I don't know. Just don't think about it too much for now. It won't hurt to just take a walk around the school. I guess. We stand in the cold early morning breeze. A bus slowly stops before the board. I see crowded people through the blurry window. The decompression valve lets out a rough breath before the hydraulic mechanism brings the door open with a loud clang. People waiting at the bus stop all crowd to the entrance, making the commute even more dense. I hesitate. How about we take the taxi? Why though? Because it's faster. I don't want to see the school gate shut when we arrive. Huh. Without a further question, I pulled my phone to call the cab. Before long, a white car approaches, driving us to the direction of old days. All the streetlights are cut off synchronously. Buildings at our size are also disappearing as they rapidly get pushed backwards into the grayish-blue sky. We are entering the urban area. Our pace slows and the surroundings are becoming more and more familiar. At last, the driver leaves us at the school gate that I will never forget. We're not late. The first bell hasn't rung yet. Students are crowding across the gate, which is very convenient for us. Don't you get caught? That's impossible. Whatever. Not if you report to the guard. Huh, that depends. I then take out my student's ID from back in high school, waving it before her. You look so stupid in this image. Who are you to judge me? Moo. Then we walk through the gate, seemingly not drawing any attention. I can't believe we're actually inside. She runs around under the school building. Everything don't seem to have changed that much. It's also my first time. I step to the entrance of the stairs, looking at those students who are walking in a hurry. What now? Are you going to attend the classes? I don't think that's realistic, given that this is not college. Let's just go straight to the club office. Aww, it's Mr. Dan, right? But what if he doesn't work here anymore? Keep your fingers crossed. Standing before the familiar office door, a seething nervous crawls over me. I take a deep breath, then knock on the door. A bit nervous. Of course. Monica must be feeling the same way when she came here to apply for setting up the club. Don't mention her. I squeeze my thumb and index finger on my right hand. Who are... Mr. Dan! Good afternoon, Mr. Dan. Is it really reference to Dan Salvato? I look at his mustache. It seems like compared to us, the real adult doesn't change that much. Oh, hello, it's you. Welcome. Haven't seen you guys for a long time. What brings you here? Yep, I happened to have a spare day, so I thought I could come and pay a visit. Come in and have a seat. There are photos of all kinds of club activities hanging on the wall. The atmosphere is very lively, not likely. Some well-decorated frames are placed on his desk, and some elegant handwritten posters are sticking on the wall across it, along with various plushies and models. I sit next to his desk. I've noticed that there is a rather less decorated frame out there. It seems to have less people in it compared to other lively photos. These must be photos taken from clubs. Hey, I try to stop her as she goes straight through Mr. Dan's body. Well, he doesn't seem to notice. I'll just leave to it. Seems like you can't talk with me right now. You have to work hard on it. She starts to make faces before me. Sayori, oh Sayori. I can see you didn't change that much. And it's always nice to have you back, no matter what, under what premises. No matter under what kinds of premises. Yeah, life in college is kind of busy. It's a shame that I didn't come back to visit the school in the past few years. Yes, you need to remember that life comes first. It is hard and cruel, but don't forget that we'll always be here to support you. Well, maybe in an insignificant way, but we'll try our best. Anyway, how's your life going? I'll say it's getting better. Good. I was right about you not being held back. Have you made some new friends? Of course. While sitting and talking with me. Do you regret to have come this far? Huh? Don't push yourself too hard. If the stories end the night, all your anticipation, I wish you could have the courage to start it over. Huh. I have no idea. Do you think that too much persistence puts you in the dead end? I'm a little confused. All of this is prepared for you. I believe you will have your own understandings. Once it's all settled, I wish you can learn more about what others have expected you to learn, and don't let your reality shatter and wane. Don't rush it though, I'm sure you've still got half of the time to figure it out. He spins his pen in his hand. There was a piece of paper on his desk. I can't tell what's on it though. So it's finally broken my defense. Every nerve of mine is trying to bring my muscle to laugh. I'm trying my best not to laugh in front of Mr. Dan because it seems like he is having a serious conversation with me right now. You should know we hardly see the real sadness among most of the tragedies. Okay, that's all I got to say to you. And Amy, I don't think you guys come to visit the school just for one reason, right? You guys? Nick keeps referring to like multiple people. I was already wondering that earlier because it felt a little bit like there was another person. Yeah! I'm here for Monica. If I remember correctly, she was your club president. Yep. I could never forget her. She's smart, athletic, always willing to help others like a bundle of sunshine. This club would be missing half of its soul without her. Are you looking for her? Yeah, I've got some questions to ask her. I think she did mention to me about which college she was admitted to. Because she had an excellent score in her graduation exam. It's been a long time though. Let me think. He opened up the computer searching for the information. I remember it. I'll send the college's name to your email. I appreciate it. Other than that, I don't quite know. You could ask around the college. Just say hello to her for me, will you? No problem. So he's looking at something on the table without making a sound. You can sit here as long as you like. Make yourself at home. The clubs are about to start, though. I must go check on them. He picks up the paper on the desk. Okay, see you around, Mr. Dan. I wish he makes it to the office with a file in his hand while receiving the email he had just sent to me. See you, Mr. Dan! He turns around and smiles. It looks very heavily inspired by that one image of Dan Salvador I've seen. Take care of yourself. Amy, look at this. This is our club. She whispers by my ear. I sit in Mr. Dan's seat and check that picture. Our Familiar people come into my view. Sayori's waving at the camera. Mona is clutching a paper and a pen against her chest while Yuri is holding a giant book, looking timidly toward the camera. As for Natsuki, well, she's holding her arms like a tough guy. We took this picture not long after we set up the whole club. You were probably still sitting in your house watching anime back then. That's good. How about I take a picture of you as a souvenir? Sure. I pull out my phone and record a moment that had been already recorded. Then we wander around Mr. Dan's office for another while, looking through the pictures of the club's these years. The Bay Club, Anime Club, Robot Club. Let's go. Where to? Open up the archive Mr. Dan just sent to me. It should point out where Monica to go after the graduation. My heart shakes. She's still in our city. That's kinda convenient. Yep, how about we go visit her right now? What about Yuri and Natsuki? Aren't you supposed to wait for them? You have a point. I scratch my head. Anyway, how about we go grab a meal? It's close to dinner time. Anything on your mind? I don't think you have any better ideas than mine. She gives me a warm smile. We both laugh. Stepping out of the office, the freezing air of early morning embraces me. That's when I notice that the air conditioner has been opened up back inside. Which is reasonable given that it is late winter now. It must be snowing in Natsuki's place. Now, how I wish I could have a snow fight with her. There must be lots of snow in the north. Considering it's still class time and the club meetings haven't begun yet, Sayori and I can't revisit our old club room. And it would be suspicious for a student like me to wander around the campus during class time. So we decide to leave the school first. How about we just head back and finish what we bought yesterday? Oh, come on. You are killing my wallet. I'm not someone who can edit the number on the credit card at will. Come on, Amy. I happen to know a decent restaurant just near your district. Here comes her classic scheme, which is hard for me to resist. But I won't give in to it. Out of the question. You're not going to get any decent restaurant out of yours until you finish the ones you picked up from that bakery. It's not like I am the one who's going to eat them. You almost sound like Natsuki. I giggle. How about this? We head back for lunch first, and I'll take you there for dinner. The taxi reaches us as we walk. Without her making further complaints, I open up the door and let myself in. Half as much, twice as elegant. That's definitely Monica's font. I have to say, this icing reminds me of Natsuki's cupcake. Don't forget to tell her to bring some of her specials when we meet. You know, Natsuki's even better than before now. I take out my phone and show her the pictures Natsuki had sent me earlier. She said she has borrowed the college's kitchen and has learned a bunch of new dishes. She won't let you down if she's really bringing her specials. Then you tell her now! Okay. I boot up my laptop. Looks like Yuri added me successfully. Amy, I hope this message finds you well. Natsuki came to me today and talked about you guys. How is Sayori doing? Her message from hours ago was shown on the screen. Let me talk to her. Sayori comes in and sits on my seat, coinciding with me. I can feel the cold mist covering me. What? How are you going to do that? Just sit and watch. What? Don't move. Her tone suddenly gets serious. I sit tight, remaining in the pose of typing. Before long, I see the mist around me sink into my clothes at the corner of my eyes, like a jade gets it salvaged up from the frozen lake, sliding into my chest. The water stain on the smooth surface slowly evaporates as it gets infected by my body's warmth. Red strings run through the comfortable yet not too rough fabrics, sewing them together delicately. From where her clothes cannot hide, I see her undisguised shape, undeniable yet convincing. Her hands drift around mine for a few seconds before certainly getting attached to my coordinates in the third dimension. My pulse runs on a spring field at full speed, sending the boiling blood into the deepest parts of my body. The rhythm of two hearts finally synchronizes as the humming inside my chest begins to guide my next move. My hand raises. I can see her outline connects with mine as we move together, covering my skin with cyan almost perfectly. I feel the hair tumbling down my forehead, touching my skin along with a slightly noticeable weight on the left of my hand. My body gets lighter, gets warmer, and then I begin to chat with Yuri in Sayori style on the keyboard. Hey, Yuri! Yuri isn't buying it at first, but she also doesn't believe that it is me talking with her. Luckily, Yuri's not that kind of person, so when she's getting along with Sayori, just when the atmosphere is starting to warm up, Natsuki has also joined the chat. The three of them come across time and space, meet again amongst the thriving conversations. I'm so happy to see them talking with each other heart to heart, even though it's definitely impolite to stare at a girl's conversation. There isn't a better way for it now, is there? They share every life detail with Sayori about their college and the north, about books they've been reading or the popular movies over the years. Natsuki shows them her poems. Yuri is describing the main character in her fantasy novels. Sayori, well, being herself, is asking a lot of questions about food and the north, especially Natsuki's specials. They are already discussing what to do once they meet, and Yuri and Natsuki are asking about how much our city has changed since they didn't come back for a long time. Conversation goes on and on, like a story novel revealing itself. Everything gets back to that meeting before the festival. Everyone's having such a high spirit. Yuri is surprisingly changed. Her elegant vocabulary stays the same, but her nervousness and hesitation are handled incontrovertibly. She's welcoming and understanding. She speaks with clear logic and won't get immersed into her own world again, and I can no longer see shyness and inferiority complex in her sentences. As for Natsuki, she's just as cheerful as Sayori once the conversation warms up. I can definitely tell that Yuri and her are getting along pretty well. It really warms my heart to see they can still connect to each other after all these years. Chat ends and utter happiness as they have set up the meeting time. Even though there is the 4-digit number lying on the map in between, it shrinks to a grain of sand in the vast beach before their friendship. The ripple Sayori brings up on my face has flown to the far, far future. A cold wind blows, my hands sink. Sayori flies out of my body and gets imprisoned again by layers and layers of stiff cyan mist. That was a cool scene. How did you do that? Still smiling, I glance at the chat records. I don't know, I just felt like it. She rubs her bow on the head. Anything you want to play? I lean back against the chair holding my head. I haven't actually relaxed since we met, just walking and walking. Play what? Those games of yours? Not exactly, depends on you. Then I'm going to that restaurant! How on earth have I forgotten that? Does this restaurant even exist? I feel like you are just making it up. Fine, let's go then. You lead? Who else will then? We are out from the house henceforward. Despite the sun being below the horizon, hot waves are still rising from the asphalt one by one, given that it's still the dusk of midsummer. Huh? It's November, right? I have to unbutton my blazer. Amy? Hearing her calling my name, I look at her in curiosity. Say, how do you think Monica's been doing right now? She always mentioned that she's busy with studying and stuff. I wonder if she's had it easier after her graduation. I don't want it to be like you guys. She must have made a lot of new friends. Otherwise, why did Nat and Yuri say she didn't contact them over the years?
That's not definite. Actually,
She lowers her head, playing with her fingers. She's what?
Amy, I think I know how to contact her.
The backpack in my bedroom flashes through my mind. Really? Tell me I'll contact her now.
No!
She suddenly perks up. Why? I've already taken out my phone.
I don't want to. Let's just drop it.
I'll just say hello to her.
No, it's not like that.
She shakes her head vigorously.
Oh, and here we are.
I look up. A strange building comes into my view. Definite inks and lines divide its structure into various cupboards, as every noticeable surface is constructed by pure concrete without any decorations. A short concrete wall connects the guardhouse at the school gate, expanding into the campus. Despite being a rather massive gate, that concrete board besides it doesn't have any signs on it to point out at least its name, just plain blank, carrying my thoughts away. What a weird place. School gate is left wide open without any person coming in or out, and the guardhouse stays dark under the dimming sky.
Hello? Hello?
We sneak into the campus in utter silence. There's nothing but our footsteps echoing in the school building hall. The lights are all cut off even here. I have to open the flashlight on my cell phone to see things. I make my way to the college map, trying to find out where we are and how to get to the office district. But considering our present surroundings, I hardly doubt we can find anyone.
Amy, come and look at this!
Sayori's voice appears from another side of the hall. I walk up there to find temporarily built-up billboards, which is printed with rather bright colors. I point the dazzling flashlight towards it. Congratulations to our outstanding student who graduated from the AI technology major early. I read out the first sentence that comes into my view. Monica is tremendous. I keep reading, but my voice gets lower and lower until there's only the mechanical movements of my lips. Besides the long and boring introduction, there is Monica's photo. She's wearing a neat uniform, smiling at the camera. This is my first encounter with her after 4 years. Sayori puts her arms behind her back, staring at Monica's photo quietly. So, I want to say some, hold my words back at the tip of my tongue. I keep reading along the Golden and Glory article, and then I eventually figure out where did she go, and the end of it. I was quite nervous, to be honest, because a person as excellent as her would probably go abroad to the vast world far beyond our reach. We are lucky. She's still in our country.
She really is so outstanding.
Seems like Sayori has finished that tedious article as well.
I didn't know she was so good at computer programs, though.
Speak of which, thoughts flashed in my mind. I have to let Natsuki and Yuri know this. I take up my phone, inform them of our situation now with total honesty. I've also taken a picture of that billboard and sent it to them.
What did they say?
Nah, they're offline. Probably busy at the moment. I glance at the chat record where the billboard picture still stays at the bottom.
Well, guess we'll just wait. Amy?
What?
Where's this college they mentioned? Is it far?
Oh, indeed. Let me check. I respond as I open up the GPS and insert the name of the college into this searching frame. It's a couple 100 kilometers away. That's another city in the north. I calculate the 2 numbers inside my head. That should make it closer to Natsuki's.
That's nice! Hurry and tell them!
Not so fast. Want some more?
One more!
I laugh as I pick up one more grilled fish from the leftovers on the table. Seeing her smile in satisfaction, I make my way to pay the bills. Unexpectedly, this isn't that expensive, which is reasonable though, given that it's only a 1-person meal. Oh, so we did end up... How did you know the shortcut? I don't know you know the suburb so well. I didn't, probably. Stepping out of that weird school gate, I asked Sayori as I turn around to look at that lifeless building. Huh.
Let me think. There was this one night when she invited me to go for a movie. I remember we ended up having dinner here. Now that I think of it, her house is not so far from here.
Is that so? The two of us walk along the silent street in the winter night. Although it's not too late, there are few cars to be seen on the road. Whilst driving into the stretching light, we stop before the red signal.
Let's go to the park.
Park? Which one?
The very one where we used to hang out all the time.
She points across the zebra crossing.
It's right this way, a couple of blocks down. Don't you remember? I could see that stream from here.
That scream! Not that I want to take you there, but a company was trying to build some shopping mall there a few years ago. And they've already taken down the park. I tell the truth reluctantly.
Huh? Why? That's mean.
I could see the disappointment on her face. My cell phone vibrates. Natsuki's replying. Back to phone vision. Haven't seen Monica for quite a while. I have to say she's getting pretty. Good thing you told us now. We were just discussing about booking today. Anyway, I handed over my presentation today. The rest is not so hard to handle. You and I could come out on this weekend if anything goes well. You should check the airline schedule. It would be convenient for us if you can arrange our arriving time closer. We'll discuss more once we meet.
Yay!
Sorry.
What are you waiting for?
Huh?
Go home and back!
We tried to find another route home. I tell her all the changes in our city along the way. Everything is rapidly changing, not just that park. Many other places in our memories are not what they once were anymore. Jungles of rebar and cements grow out from the past huts and adobes, pushing our memories out of the soil towards the high above sky. Despite all that, there are still some places that have held their ground. That is, the forest near the suburban area. Paradise doesn't get transformed by mundanity. Except those newfound plastic greenways, any trees or bushes that once stayed there are still living, thriving. I can take you there once we have the time.
Where?
The forest. Nothing changed much around there, not like the city.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, by the way, we can dig that time capsule out. The old aluminium box emerges in my mind.
Already 10 years?
Definitely, counted. We buried it in 5th grade, right? She's really counting her with her fingers right now. I mean, why not?
6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, senior 1, senior 2. That's only 6 years! Don't try to fool me!
I smile. It suddenly comes to me that despite going there many times after that, she didn't bring it up one single time about digging it out in advance. Think.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. Because you just woke up, but it's 4 years after in reality now.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I forgot.
Have you forgot what you wrote though?
Of course I haven't. I also haven't forgot what you told me when I tried to ask about yours. So I won't tell you mine as well.
Was there really such a thing?
Stop pretending. I remember that crystal clear.
Huh. You're learning, smartass. I reach out to poke her tummy, but she dodges it flexibly. His new house, I presume? Oh god, that was like Natsuki dad house in some other mod. Exit music redux, or maybe both, I can tell. I don't remember. We're back to my place as we talk. I fumble my keys out and stick the middle piece into the hole. Should I bring a down coat?
Of course, you're not allowed to catch a cold.
Sayori stands behind me, pushes me into my bedroom. I step towards the closet, drag my suitcase out, and start to consider my luggage. Let's see. I think one coat will do the job, right? It's not like we're going on a long trip. I take out some more underwear and then stuff them into the suitcase.
What's that?
She's pointing to some kind of gadget in the corner of my closet. I'm not so sure what she is talking about, since I never tidy my closet. I just store whatever needs to be stored randomly inside. I take that very thing out. It's her bow.
Why are you keeping something like that?
I remember vaguely that this is one thing I took from her that day. I'm worthless.
Put it on!
Huh? Why? Sorry, I was looking at some.
I want to see how you look with that!
I have a friend who wears a bow. He looks good in it. One bow, I said. There are many. This is ridiculous. This isn't mine. It isn't mine.
Let me see!
Oh, she's satisfied. I felt the bow in my head, feeling its strange weight. That's some new experience.
Yep. Alright. You get your stuff prepared.
Seeing me get flustered, she finally decides to let me go. I immediately take off the bow. My cheek heats a little. I went to the bathroom, examining my displays. I threw all my bathroom personal items into a plastic bag, then squeezed them into the little room that remains in the suitcase. What else? I stand in the middle of my bedroom, looking around. Oh, that. I walk to my desk, pick up the notebook, and close it. I'm about to put it in my backpack, I pause. I turn to check Sayori, who's staring at my bookshelf with great interest. She reaches out to touch them at times, then takes her hand back. Forget it. I push the backpack inside, then put the notebook into my suitcase. That's probably it. Sayori?
What is it? You done?
Yeah, is there something you want to bring for Yuri and Natsuki?
I don't know. Book the tickets first, I'll think about it.
Right. Then I begin to browse through the airline schedule. Given that it isn't a tourist session nor some major vacation now, there's plenty of room. Considering carefully, I choose a time which is close to noon. I think this would probably suit Natsuki and Yuri more. I take a screenshot of the booking and send it to our group chat.
Decided?
Before I could respond to her, Natsuki replied, "Is that okay with you guys? Couldn't be better. It couldn't be better. We have finished our own business as well. Just unpacking the luggage. What is Sayori doing?" Sayori. I glance at her. She's strolling around the room, murmuring to herself. I leave the stone unturned. She said she's gonna give you a surprise. What surprise? It's a surprise! My lips are sealed. I'll be waiting. Then I'll see you girls on the other side. Good! Call me when you arrive. Okay then. By the way, it's getting late. You should get some rest. No prob. Okay. Exiting the chat app, I wish I'd switch to the booking site and pay for the tickets. What are you doing?
Oh, I wrote each one of them a poem.
It's been a long time since I read your last one.
Hearing the one you write for me that day, I'm falling behind. I have to work hard to catch up. I'll ride the way into your heart.
Huh, that's actually quite poetic line.
I think I've heard it somewhere before.
It's good, Sayori, but you know what? It's not yours to blame. After all, you sleep for 4 years in one go. Besides, I'm not that good. If you keep writing some random thoughts like me for 4 years, you'll probably get ahead of me.
Oh, I wouldn't think of it that way. It's good enough for me as long as I can be by your side.
Once again, there's like this. Somewhere before. But now Monica's like some like another college and stuff. It feels a bit strange. Like, what's the backstory? I'm sure you will. My voice gets moist by her infectious smile.
Alright, how far's the airport? Should we get going?
We should.
Let's go then!
I close my suitcase and lock it tight before lifting it up from the floor along with my backpack. Opening the door gently, the sparkling night sky is still there. Looks a bit cyan. Gloomy streetlights spills down upon the sleeping bushes. Among the suns of all things, there's a string of cold wind whispering into my jacket. I slowly turn over the key and plug it out from the door with a click. We sit on the bench by the street waiting for the taxi to arrive. To drive us onto the highway. To take us to that vast concrete ground that stretches beyond the horizon.